And welcome into the Paul Farrington Show. Paul Farrington joined alongside Jack Weinberger and Robert Ziggy Ziegler from the University of Virginia. We have Zach Bloomquist, the best executive producer in the game, with us. Speaking of games, Andrew, not here today, but big win for his 3-0 Highlands freshman baseball team.
Yep, freshman team.
Yeah, 3-0. Andrew, as he was doing in basketball, he's coaching well. He's going to get him to the right spot. So congratulations to Coach Keenan.
Undefeated season, perhaps. People are talking about it. People are talking about it.
There are rumors.
People are whispering about it.
Hopefully later this week we'll have him on and we can talk about there are some dominant players on this team.
He's got a busy week, though. There's still 3 games this week.
A lot of work to do. Big update on Zach's Hinge account coming a little later on the show. That should keep people around. Ziggy with another adaptation to his Anthony Richardson take. Again, remember, this started off with Ziggy saying this guy should not be a first-round pick, and you're not going to believe what he has to say now about Anthony Richardson. It is a wild turn, crazy turn of events here between those two.
Almost embarrassed.
It is almost embarrassing. And then Hendon Hooker, this guy's sliding up draft boards like crazy. Is he a first-round pick? How high could he go? Does Jack believe in him? Is it a Tennessee Volunteer? I don't know.
He's a Hokie.
Maybe a Hokie. That's why we're bringing him up. So we have a fun show. Listener questions coming in at the end, and then the all pink things draft. Drafting things that are pink.
That's what I'm here for.
That's what everyone's here for at this point. We had a great comment that said the drafts are the only things that people come here to come to the show for anymore. But let's begin.
Really?
Yeah, we did have a comment on that. It's a great comment. Let's begin with Odell Beckham Jr.
Could be a true comment.
It could be. He signs a 1-year, $18 million deal with the Ravens, $15 million guaranteed. He can get up to $18 million in total. That cap hit is spread out over the next 5 seasons. Ziggy can explain that a little more because he's kind of the salary cap guru on this show. Would you say?
I would say so.
I would say
more so than me.
A lot of people are actually ripping apart this deal. From what I've seen a lot of people saying this is a bad deal for Baltimore, that they way overpaid. But remember, we went through the list of receivers who are making around $15 million in the NFL right now. Cortland Sutton's at 15. Allen Robinson, 15.5. Hunter Renfrow, 15.8. Is it crazy to think that Odell is as good as, if not better than all of those guys? I don't think so, and especially for just one season. So you got to remember, he was on his way to probably winning Super Bowl MVP with the Rams. His knee wasn't even 100% healthy for that playoff run when he was playing well. And now you've given him a year and a half to recover. You might be looking at the healthiest Odell Beckham Jr. has been in a long time. And 30's not ancient. It's older for a receiver, but it's not ancient. You're still seeing Devontae Adams, DeAndre Hopkins put good numbers. So I like this deal from Odell's. Odell's getting a great deal here, but I like Baltimore picking it up.
I like it too. As you said, this is a guy who was on his way to potentially winning the MVP of the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Had a touchdown already on the first drive. A star power receiver, a household name to a team who's desperate for a receiver like that. A struggling receiver room in years past. If he can stay healthy, his talent's there, and I think this is an effort to do the best that Baltimore can and bring Lamar Jackson back. Is getting him a guy like Odell Beckham, a guy who, if healthy, hopefully fingers crossed, is a top 12 receiver in football based on talent alone and what he can do, what we've seen him been able to do. Injury aside, he has what it takes to shine. And I think with Lamar Jackson and Odell Beckham, it could be a special offense.
And they already seem to be. Did you see the FaceTime of them together?
Yes, I saw it all. So I do not hate the deal at all for either side.
What do you think, Ziggy?
I think that Odell's agent, Zeke Sandu, should get a chance at negotiating world peace after pulling off this deal. Look, Odell is cashing out unbelievably rich here. We're talking a guy who hasn't put up 1,000 yards in 3 seasons? It wasn't since that 1035-yard year with the Browns in 2019. We're talking about a guy who's had injury problems, who's had character problems, who people have worried has been quitting on teams. And he's getting $18 million, basically all guaranteed. 15 of it's guaranteed for him this year. I mean, that's just, it boggles the mind. And I get that the Ravens are desperate, and I get that it's a 1-year deal, and I get that this is the sort of thing that might help bring Lamar back. And if Lamar says, look, give me Odell and I'll play for you next year, then the deal starts to make sense.
It would have been
awesome
if they had given him a 3-year, $45 million deal or something like that, $50 million, then I would have questioned it more. But the fact that it's just 1 year, when you mentioned, and we've all said this now, that receiving room, especially what you've given Lamar, Hollywood Brown's by far, it's not even close, the best receiver he's had. The other guys are Willie Snead, Nelson Aguilar. He's had John Brown. Like the names of the receivers.
It's the worst in the league.
Mark Andrews, great tight end, but the receivers Lamar Jackson's had to work with year over year, it's really just not even there.
Yeah, Ziggy, for sure, I do agree. The behavioral, the baggage, the injury history is all a concern. But I do believe it's worth taking a shot and bring him on board just because of how desperate and how bad that this Baltimore receiving room has been.
I mean, you watch them twice a year.
Yeah.
And you watch them closely throughout the season because of the Steelers.
There really is nobody outside of Mark Andrews. And I do believe that is the one thing that has been holding them back all these years. You know, you have, look at these teams with the elite wide receiver. I've said this entire podcast. Mm-hmm. Every team that wins the Super Bowl seems to have that superstar wide receiver on the outside. And Baltimore lacks that. They've lacked that for a long time.
And they still lack it.
But Odell, based on pure talent and what he's able to do, this is the best wide receiver they've had in years.
Yeah, but we don't know. We don't know what he's able to do, right? He's coming off 2 torn ACLs in the same knee, and over the past 3 seasons, he's put up 500 yards total.
Is he the number 1 in Baltimore?
Yeah.
Andrews.
Well, outside of Mark Andrews.
Sorry. Is he the number 1?
No, I think he's the number Bateman? 2. I think he's behind Bateman, but Bateman gets hurt so much. I mean, doesn't even matter.
Like I think Odell comes in and he could be the number 1.
Odell's their 1.
That's why it's a little more of a desperation contract for them. The Jets were also interested, but apparently that deal was a lot more incentive based.
No one was touching this price.
Oh no! Baltimore came in and gave an offer that Odell couldn't refuse. And I mean, I don't blame Odell for it, but I like it. I like taking a risk, and if Lamar's happy, then yeah, you got to go and give yourself a chance.
This is someone who is a top 3 receiver in football for a long time.
But Ziggy is right in saying that 2 big injuries. He is on the wrong side of 30, but I like we're risk takers. We like that.
You know when the last time he put up more than 1,100 yards is, or more than 5 touchdowns?
What season?
2016.
It was a long time ago.
Well, there is nobody whose hype outpaces his production more than Odell Beckham Jr. in the NFL. And it seems that Odell even thinks his own hype somehow replaces production. Because you go one game where he gets only 2 targets and his dad's on YouTube putting together a compilation of every bad throw you've ever made.
Yeah, that was absurd.
But the last time that we saw Odell healthy, wanting to be on the field, happy with his situation, unlike in Cleveland, he was playing good football. Unfortunately, he got hurt.
Yeah. We'll see if he's happy in Baltimore.
Would you have? What would have been the price, Ziggy, for you? $9 million?
I would have been going to go up to like $10 million guaranteed with another. Frankly, give it 8 or 10 in incentives. I'm okay with that. If he's healthy all year and puts up numbers, I'm willing to pay him whatever he wants. The problem with me is how much he's getting guaranteed with how little we've seen from him over the past few years.
It's fair. It's a fair worry, but.
No, I mean, the Ravens have to do it. If this is what makes Lamar Jackson happy, okay, but it's not like Lamar Jackson immediately went out and signed an extension with the Ravens after this.
Yeah, it's important to note that this is not going to be the nail that gets you Lamar Jackson. This isn't going to be the final straw here that brings him in. But I do think that whatever helps. And again, that receiving room, regardless, needed help. So for 1 year, we'll see what happens. If it works out, great. Yeah, this could be a huge move.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
All right, so I mentioned before, Ziggy has had a love-hate relationship with Anthony Richardson for a while now. It began very strongly on the hate side, where what you said out of the first round, I believe, right? You thought the second rounder. Then we came back a week later, and Ziggy said, actually, this guy looks like he should be a top 10 pick. And I believe you put him in your above Stroud or Young. I put
him above Stroud.
Yeah,
I said he was about tied with Young.
Yeah, you had him right there, 1A, 1B with Bryce Young. Then we got a text late last week from Ziggy that said, Anthony Richardson must be the number 1 pick in the draft, and any other pick would be foolish. That was basically along the lines of what you sent. So I'm just curious, what has led to this change of now he 1A, 1B with Bryce Young to now, okay, he must be the number 1 pick or else it's the wrong decision by the Panthers.
I might be with you, by the way, Ziggy. I might agree with you. I might be on your side.
Look, the Panthers traded up to get number 1. They need an impact player. They need a guy who can really make a difference. And the fact is, in the NFL these days, getting average quarterback production is as easy as it's ever been. right? We saw Derek Carr and Jimmy Garoppolo get pretty modest contracts. And, they're average to slightly above average quarterbacks. They can do what you need them to do. But you look at the elite players in the league, and with the rare exception of Joe Burrow, every single one of them has significant athletic upside, right? We're talking Patrick Mahomes. We're talking Josh Allen. We're talking Lamar Jackson. We're even talking like Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence. These are guys who have significant physical tools. And the fact is, you look at the quarterbacks in this draft, Bryce Young certainly doesn't have them. He's a guy who sticks in the pocket way too long at 5'11" and dares defenses to tackle him. CJ Stroud, he can run, but the fact is from Stroud, we just haven't seen him use those physical gifts for a lot of potential.
Just the Georgia game, right? That's really the one game where he kind of was let off the leash and played like a number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, and even then, Stroud still needs to continue to add weight. He still struggles with elusiveness. Like Anthony Richardson is maybe the most physically talented quarterback prospect we've ever seen. It's like, look, here are the facts.
He did set all those records.
Here are the facts. Anthony Richardson needs work. He's probably going to have to sit on the bench for the year, right? He needs to improve his short range accuracy. But there are very few quarterbacks that have his combination of both instincts. He's very good at the pre-snap reads. He's very good at feeling pressure and physical ability. He's got an incredible arm. And you look, and there are a lot of justifications for why things went bad in Florida, right? They asked him to make a lot of difficult downfield throws. His receivers dropped a lot of balls. The offense just wasn't very good. So, and the fact is, if you're worried about his work ethic, the number one thing people say out of Florida is he's humble, he's hardworking, he can take tough criticism.
Yeah, so he'll have to take a lot because he can't throw the
Yeah, but we're not talking about like Jamarcus Russell here, right, who slacked off. Anthony Richardson is working hard to improve. So, again, there's a lot of improvement that needs to be done, but it's the sort of thing that I can see the improvement. And the fact is, in the NFL, in these kinds of picks, if you're at number 1, you have to be shooting for achievable upside.
He had a lot of plays where you would turn your head, you'd open your mouth wide, you'd pop your eyes open, be like, damn, this guy's good. This guy can ball. This guy can escape, make a throw on the run, get out of the pocket, use his legs. I see the upside. I'm with you, Ziggy. I don't disagree.
I get where you're coming from.
Guys coming out from either side, boom, gets out of it, scrambles, finds his man.
That sounds like Bryce Young. That sounds more like Bryce Young.
No, it does not.
Bryce Young stinks.
We'll watch some tape. Look, but here's the thing. People think that Richardson needs to become some elite passer in order to succeed in the NFL. He doesn't. If he is a slightly below average passer, right? If he can just become passable at the NFL level, no pun intended. Yeah. This is a guy who, like, we've seen what guys like Lamar Jackson can do and Cam Newton can do. Yeah. You need to have a decent arm. You need to be able to throw.
Cam Newton was a great passer.
He was.
I wouldn't compare Cam Newton and Lamar Jackson.
I think the drop back, like the 3-step drop throw from AR has to improve. I think he's better on the run than he is standing in the pocket with time.
The concern with, again, my thing is, and this is going to sound stupid, but when I watch Bryce Young play, he is accurate. He comes up big in the clutch. He can throw on the run outside the pocket. He's spontaneous. I see all of that, and I don't like questioning the arm talent of my quarterback. There's nothing worse than having a quarterback.
Big in the clutch.
Wait, you don't like questioning the arm talent of your quarterback, so you're picking Bryce Young?
No, accuracy. I like accuracy from my quarterback.
Clutch is the coldest take I've ever heard in my life about Bryce Young.
Oh, no, I think Bryce Young has been a fairly clutch quarterback. You're talking about 3 games where he hasn't been clutch.
I'm talking about getting housed in the championship.
He didn't get housed in the championship.
Lost double digits, threw a pick six in the end, to lose the game.
Yeah,
lost
again, who are his receivers in the
lost
championship
at Tennessee
game?
In a game that got quite frankly blown out.
Who are his receivers in the championship
game? And then lost at LSU.
He
lost 3 of his biggest games he didn't win.
I'm talking Auburn 95-yard drive to win the game. I'm talking SEC championship game, season on the line, and he has his best performance of the year. This guy shows up a lot.
His three biggest games in college, he lost.
The SEC championship game. He's the only quarterback to beat Georgia in the past.
Listen, we don't care what these guys did in college. We care about what they might do in the NFL. And ask any NFL quarterback what the biggest changes going from the NFL and it's the ability to operate in tight pockets that close quickly.
Yes, I think Bryce Young can do that at a much higher rate than Anthony Richardson.
He's 5'10".
He's 5'9".
You can get back and you can make passes and play at quarterback at 5'10". Russell Wilson's there. Drew Brees is there. A lot of great quarterbacks are
It is extremely difficult to operate in the pocket at that size.
Tua's not going to play there for the rest of his career.
If the height has a concern for
the guy's 9 concussions.
Hold on, but just to be clear, when you're talking Drew Brees and Russell Wilson, these are guys that are 2 to 3 inches taller than Bryce Young.
They're coming 6 foot?
Yeah, 6 foot.
And where's Kyler Murray coming at?
Kyler Murray's 5'10". I'm not sure Kyler Murray's the guy you want to look to for the ability to operate in tight pockets.
No. I'm just saying they're
5'10".
I didn't say that Bryce Young can't do it. I said that he will struggle in pockets because of his size, and that limits his upside.
The ceiling is higher for AR than Bryce Young, 1,000%.
Bryce Young has been 5'10". He's played at this height for a long. He knows how to play at 5'10".
Yeah, he's played against
the highest.
He's played against Mississippi State's defense. But
Anthony Richardson is a monster. He's a freak, and he didn't dominate the SEC.
I think the ceiling is. I'm not huge on it. I think the ceiling is higher for him than Bryce Young.
It could be higher, but when your biggest weakness is your ability to throw the football, that's a big red flag for me as a quarterback.
I think it is overly simplistic to say his biggest problem is throwing the football. I think his biggest problem is the footwork, and that's fixable.
All right, well, we'll have to see because
I like Stroud more than both. By the way, Stroud's my guy.
If you care about ceiling, then you should kick Stroud to the curb.
I'd go Stroud, AR, Bryce way at the bottom.
Well, right now isn't Stroud who's the betting favorite at the moment?
Bryce Young. It's still.
I thought it was Stroud.
No, Young's minus 120.
It was Stroud, but Young caught up. There's been a lot of smoke.
I'd go Stroud, AR, 50 stages of crap. Me, Bryce Young.
That's absurd. That's just absurd. Bryce, he's the number one on the board.
The guy stinks. He stinks.
Another quarterback. Oh, go ahead, Ziggy. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, this is not Bryce Young hate. I think there's a lot of chance for him to be successful.
It's Bryce Young hate from Jack for sure.
No, I think he stinks.
Well, Jack is delusional.
Yeah, I can't.
Jack doesn't think Jamar Chase is a top 10 NFL receiver.
That's true. No, I do. That was all a hoax.
All right, Hendon Hooker.
I think Young stinks.
We're getting the conspiracy theories now. It was a hoax.
Paul just said my number one quarterback.
Next is the moon landing.
I noticed this guy before he was big.
So Hendon Hooker, yeah, you did like Hendon Hooker in his Vatek days. I've seen a lot of mock drafts recently having Hendon Hooker rise higher and higher and higher. I believe Daniel Jeremiah had a mock to the Vikings in one of his recent mock drafts.
Oh.
But you have to remember, this guy, the concerns are 25 years old, coming off an ACL injury. Not good. But when you look at the pros of him, last season, 3,135 yards, 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, almost 70% completion percentage in 11 games. The guy dominated the SEC. When we talk about Anthony Richardson and Bryce Young, Hendon Hooker was right there. He was in the Heisman race. But a lot of people think he should have won the Heisman even with his injury.
Yeah, you know who he beat them both. He beat AR and Bryce Young.
Yeah, no, Hendon Hooker had a fantastic season. And a lot of those concerns right now, though, do come back to his age and his injury history, which it's never great to have a guy coming off an ACL tear. But we got to remember, Hendon Hooker was someone who was dominating. So, Ziggy, I'll go to you first because we know how Jack feels. Do you like Hendon Hooker rising up draft boards? Do you think he sneaks into the first round?
I don't like him. I mean, if you're taking Hendon Hooker, I think it should be at 32 just to try, or I guess 31 this year, just to try and sneak in that little fifth-year option. But no, I don't particularly like that. You look at the problems of Hendon Hooker, it's not just that he's 25. It's that he's 25 and is a developmental passer, right? He has issues overthrowing guys. I watched a lot of Tennessee games this year. One of my best buddies here at Virginia, he's a Tennessee football fan, grew up watching Peyton Manning play live. So, he knows his stuff. Hendon Hooker is too quick to check down. He struggles with pressure, and his passes are overthrown a lot of the time. Now, look, those are all issues that can be fixed with time, right? But when we're talking a guy who's the same high school recruiting class as Tua, it's not like he's got all the time in the world. So I'm a little bit worried about how much upside you might be able to get out of him because by the time you're finishing that first-year contract, he's 30 years old, right? He's basically as old as Russell Wilson is now.
So if the draft goes with Levis, Young, Richardson, and Stroud all in the top 10, you're laying off a quarterback now from 10 to all the way to 31?
unless these teams see something I don't, it's tough. And unless you truly think he can start for you next year,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
you're just running out of time.
Well,
and I don't think there's evidence there.
I understood the Jeremiah pick to the Vikings. I wouldn't be too happy with it. I like Hendon Hooker a lot. He checks all the boxes from character and leader and everything there.
He does to the Vikings makes a lot of sense in particular, right? Because you look at the kinds of plays he's good at. It's plays where the pocket moves, right? Plays like play action, rollouts, boots. So like anyone running the like Shanahan, McVay offense, he can make a lot of sense there.
Well, and he gets to sit behind Kirk Cousins for a year, and then you bring him in, and he becomes the starter after another season of healing. So you don't have to rush him back, and there really would be no pressure at all to insert him into the starting lineup as long as Kirk Cousins is there. So the Vikings actually does make sense if they were to fall in love with him. Again, though, there needs to be a lot of confidence in that pick because at the end of the day, if you're spending a first rounder on a quarterback in your Minnesota right now, that's a lot to invest, especially given that Kirk is still there. But Jack, why do you like him so much? You've seen a lot of his games, right?
Well, yeah. Let's just start with the what was the national anthem from about October to December. Ready? Sing it along. Rocket Top, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old Rocket Top.
Okay.
Rocket Top, Tennessee. He put a program on the map. And I noticed some guys.
Hold on, you're saying he put Tennessee on the map?
Tennessee was atrocious.
No. He brought him back.
He brought him back. Yeah, he brought him back.
Good.
Brought him back after a long drought. Rejuvenated this program. But I noticed this man before he was a volunteer, when he was on my Hokies.
Sure.
I'm a Vatek guy. I've watched every Hokie game on a Saturday last couple of years.
Well, I can't think of many bigger wastes of time.
I'm like, you know what? Like this guy Hendon Hooker, his team stinks. Vatek stinks. He doesn't have much, but he can use his legs. He's athletic. He's got a good arm. He's got a cannon. Give him a good defense. Give him protection. Give him a receiver. This guy could be good. Then he goes to Tennessee.
Give him a good defense at Tennessee.
Then he goes, all right, good receiver, good protection, good offensive weapons, and he could be a good player. He didn't have that at Vatek, but the raw talent's there. Then he goes to the best conference in football. And my, oh my, what do we have here? This guy's the best quarterback in the league. This guy's up 35-10 on this bum Bryce Young. This guy Bryce Young, nothing compared to Hendon Hooker.
Well, that was an overtime game.
He's hitting high.
It was an overtime game.
You give him high at the star receiver. The deep ball, the accuracy is there. It's incredible. His legs, athletic ability. He can do it all. He's three-dimensional. He has everything. Checks all my boxes. Love this guy. And I saw it from day one on Vatek. So potential's there.
Realistically, where would he fall on your board? Realistically.
Outside of, like, including quarterbacks or like...
Of the quarterbacks, yeah.
I like CJ Stroud. I go CJ Stroud, Hendon Hooker.
So you would have him at 2?
Bryce Young. No, sorry. AR, Bryce Young, Will Levis.
AR.
He's my second QB.
Okay.
This guy beat AR and Bryce Young.
Yeah, if it was in Alabama.
Oh, we don't know.
If it was in Alabama, I would probably pick the Crimson Tide.
We don't know.
It was a great game. It was an overtime game.
We don't know.
Yeah, okay.
How do we know?
No, we don't. I'm just assuming.
He destroyed him.
No, he won in overtime.
No, it was 35-10.
But then he won in overtime.
It was 35-10.
It's like the comebacks happen.
It's 35-10.
That's because Bryce Young's a warrior and he doesn't quit.
Tennessee had that game the whole way. I zeroed out in my mind.
Okay, so you would take Hendon Hooker. Presumably, it sounds like you would take Hendon Hooker with a top 5 pick.
I would. I think he has everything. I told you, I think Young stinks. I think he's better than AR. He murdered AR, that bum. Stroud's good. I like Stroud. And then Levis, he stinks.
We don't really like Levis.
Yeah, I don't like Levis. I think Hooker too. He has everything you need in a quarterback. And we saw it. We saw it this year.
All right. There you go. There's the scouting report from Jack. Take Hooker. If you're the Houston Texans, get ready. You got Hendon Hooker.
And I saw it at Vatek too.
The question for Ziggy is, would you take Hendon Hooker at 33?
You're not getting that 5th-year option at 33. So, I mean, I probably would, but.
All right. Let's get to a couple listener questions here. We had some people submit questions.
He did lose to Georgia, though. He did lose to Georgia.
Yeah, the only guy to beat Georgia was past 2 years.
What, that That bum Bryce,
Young.
who got murked in the championship against Georgia.
Without
That
Williams
bum,
or Metchie.
That loser who lost to Hendon Hooker. Yeah. Oh, that bum. Right.
All right.
That stupid bum.
Listener
All right,
questions.
listener questions.
From Jacob. There's a nice mix here of
I'm better than Bryce Young.
football and non-football. We have, from Jacob, favorite movie that doesn't have the letter E in the title. What's your favorite movie to begin with, Jack?
One thing. Fugitive with Harrison Ford is up there. I love that.
So it can't be The Fugitive. My favorite movie would be The Lion King.
I like Hoosiers. I like Rudy.
Rudy. So there it is for you.
Rudy's a great movie. Rudy. Yes, Rudy. That's in my top 5 and doesn't have anything. Rudy.
What do you think, Ziggy?
Oh, favorite movie without the letter.
It's a good question.
Yeah. No, it's a tough question.
I'm thinking, I'd go Spirited Away. Oh, that's got an E in it, doesn't it? Shoot,
how do you spell
the letter
Spirited?
E is so popular.
I'm trying to think of what movies I really, really enjoy. Maybe
I can rattle them off. Flight, Rudy.
well, you like Shawshank, right?
But
That's-
Redemption.
Well, Shawshank Redemption.
No.
that's to me.
I know. I'm just thinking of movies I like. I like The Lion King. I like Shawshank.
Jaws. I can rattle them.
Jaws would be my favorite without E in it.
Star Wars.
Star Wars is up,
I hate Star Wars.
but Jaws would probably be my favorite without an E.
Fast and Furious.
There are a couple. I think they're okay. I actually need to watch those again.
John Wick.
I like some of the Marvel movies.
Kinky Kong.
You can't take Marvel.
Kinky Kong.
Kinky
Kong.
Kinky
That doesn't have an E.
Kong.
That's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
City Lights. Final
City
answer.
Lights. All right, so we got City Lights. We
Is that
got
an old
Jaws
movie?
here.
Sounds
Oh,
like an old-
it's Charlie Chaplin's best film.
This one coming in from Brian. Why aren't pickles an accepted pizza topping? I actually never
They're
really
not?
considered this before. I get where Brian's coming from because pickles seem like something that you could just put on pizza.
I mean, I never thought of pickles as a pizza topping.
No, but like they fit the stereotype for foods that go on pizza. I mean, like you're talking pepperoni, you're talking peppers. If you have meatballs, like
I guess you have
usually
sausage, meatballs, like anything.
But like it fits the small circular item that goes on pizza.
I mean, I love pickles. I like putting them on my burger, on a sandwich, chicken sandwich. So I can't knock it until I try it. But it's something I have to try.
It doesn't
out.
seem like it would fit.
No, it doesn't. But again, I'm not going to knock it.
But
until,
it's not crazy enough that I would just dismiss it immediately.
I feel like it's
No.
a sour food. So it
Yeah.
like doesn't fit the savoriness of a pizza.
Yeah, like if you have a jalapeno, if you have a pepper, you get the savory.
Like, you have the hot pizza, which is cheese, and then you have a sour pickle. I mean, it's...
I mean,
And who likes a warm pickle?
I'm not sure if I think pickles and marinara sauce go very well together.
Well, but you don't have to have a marinara sauce, right? You could put like a garlic white sauce.
Sure, maybe pickles on particular types of pizza. If you have a barbecue pizza, then a pickle might be good.
I mean, I could think of quite a few toppings I'm taking over a pickle on pizza.
But if you have barbecue sauce, some barbecue chicken, cheese, and a pickle, I mean, it's like a burger.
It's a
chicken
burger,
sandwich,
yeah. You
a
have
chicken
the
sandwich, yeah.
cheese, yeah.
All right,
I mean,
so
I'm
I'll
not going to knock it.
I'll
But,
try.
yeah, still got to try. I'm not going to knock it.
Yeah. From Lauren, if you had a pet pterodactyl, what socks would you buy for it?
Your sister?
It could be. It says Lauren.
I'm not answering any questions.
What kind of
from
socks?
anyone named
what
Lauren?
is that? I don't know what that means.
The prompt was for on our Instagram account. Any random question you can think of. I guess some people took it to the extreme here, like Lauren. I would go. Do you ever see The Land Before Time?
No.
Really? You've never seen The Land Before Time?
No.
Ziggy, have you seen it?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you really?
What do you mean, have I seen it?
Okay, yeah. Like Littlefoot, Sarah the Triceratops. Anyway, Petrie's a very famous pterodactyl from the kids' movie. I would get a pterodactyl Petrie socks. That's what I think I'd go with. He'd probably tear them apart, but yeah, Petrie socks would be my answer.
Orange
Abra-
Sky Zone socks.
Orange Sky Zone.
Now, are we saying these socks fit like socks, or they fit like gloves with little fingers?
So like you have the talons sticking out?
Yeah.
Oh no, like socks for the feet.
I
They
think-
full cover.
Yeah,
cover.
I'm going full cover. Yeah, like
Coverage?
I don't think I'd wear a sock that's not full cover.
Then why would people wear gloves that aren't full covered?
Well, because you
Because
need
you need your fingers to do things.
I mean, I'm not doing things with my toes. So you?
Well, he's got talons, right?
Well, no. I
You gotta
mean,
do
for a
something with his
pterodactyl,
talons.
maybe, but I mean, I like a full cover sock. Do you ever wear a sock that's not full cover?
No,
Okay. I don't even know if they exist, do
I
they?
don't really wear socks to begin with.
Maybe like
I'm sure they
basketball
exist. Right now.
Really?
elite socks, maybe. They look cool on a pterodactyl. Like,
Well, yeah, I guess you are wearing Crocs right now. I'm kind of interested now in your.
I
No,
barely
no,
wear
no,
socks.
no, not really. All right, this is coming from Mike.
I got webbed toes.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, for any feet people out there.
You didn't ask me what socks I was going for.
Oh, Ziggy, go ahead. I thought you said you weren't going to answer the question.
I realized that I can't let my history of Warren get in the way of good content.
Oh, okay.
Abraham Lincoln socks.
Abraham Lincoln socks for the pterodactyl.
They're both extinct.
Oh, both extinct. Jeez. All right. From Michael, $1 million right now, or 24 hours to hit a hole-in-one from 150 yards for $100 million.
1 million now, or what? Repeat it.
Or you have 24 hours to hit a hole-in-one from 150 yards out for $100 million.
That's a really good question.
Do I get tired?
I'm assuming, yeah. Like, let's say you start your day at noon.
And you got until noon the next day.
You take, or whenever you want. You could start at 4 a.m, whatever time is best for you. You can start and you have 24 hours.
That's a short par 3. And I think I could do it, but I wouldn't do it. So I'd probably take the million.
You could get a hole in one. You drive 150 yards?
Zach, come on, man. You can't be serious.
I watched you at the drive.
Well, Jack drives probably like
150.
Jack drives probably like 180, consistently, pretty straight.
Yeah. 150's freaking.
I mean, he's not.
That's why there's no camera on you. It's stupid nonsense.
There's a camera on him. He's looking at it right now.
God, I wasn't aware. I hit 150. You can't hit 150, but I can.
Jack, I think I've got to the driving range with you every single time. I don't think I've seen you hit over 150.
Then you're wearing a blindfold or something.
I'd say he hits between 150 and 180. Your drive.
Yeah, like you're wearing a blindfold.
I mean, not to say that's a very far drive, but like you do.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. It's not. So 150 hole in one like is possible.
Are you driving that? Are you gonna drive that?
I'm probably. Oh, look at you! Like you're not a good golfer. Like you're
I'm not a good golfer.
No,
I'm
with his hate.
I'm not a good golfer.
You're a terrible golfer, also.
I'm not a good golfer.
But 150 is a very doable hole in one.
I would drive 150 though. I would pull out an iron.
Yeah, you'd probably into the woods.
Probably.
Knowing you.
Probably would.
Jack's out here like he's driving 150 on the constant.
Yeah, it's
I mean, I'm very consistent. Like I'll hit the ball 150.
I don't think.
All right, so what are you gonna do? You're not gonna do it?
It's doable. And 24 hours is a long time. So I would consider it, but no, I take the 1 million.
Okay, Ziggy, what do you do?
1 million. I mean,
do you golf at all? I don't know. I know I've seen you golf before.
When I was a kid, I golfed a ton. Don't golf a ton anymore. But even if I could, I'm not good enough that I think I can do that in my first couple hundred tries. And after that, I mean, your arms are going to be tired. You're going to be out of focus. The sun's going to be setting.
I mean, you could go and get lunch and come back. But
if you're there for like 3 hours and like you haven't hit one,
you go get some lunch, come back.
No, you're going to get the mindset
you're going to get tilted. It's golf.
Oh yeah, no, you will be.
$100 million is on the line. There's no way I could focus. Give me the $1 million. I'll buy myself a car.
I'm going to take $1 million also.
I would also take the $1 million.
You just invest the $1 million, and then you make $100 million.
All right. Well, what amount of money would it get to where you would not take it anymore? Would you $500,000? Would you take $500K?
Yeah, I'd probably take $500K.
I would take any amount.
All right, $100K.
Yeah.
I think for $100K, I'm swinging.
There's no way for Zach. There's no way for $1 you're not swinging.
Wait, what about
you? What $2 or $100 million?
What about $100,000?
I'm taking 100.
Taking 100K.
Yeah,
a hole in one.
Me,
like
I might swing. I might just bombs away.
It's doable because 150.
I think a
hole in one is hard.
For 100K, I actually think I'm swinging.
I think I'd stop at 10K. Once you start getting
10K, I'm definitely swinging.
10K, I'm swinging.
I'm 100% swinging 10K.
I think my limit would be
50,
25, 30K.
Oh, so yeah, 25. Yeah, I think 100. I think I'd go for 100.
I think 50K. I'm taking 50K.
Yeah, I'm just bombs away.
A hole in one is like you wouldn't get a hole in one.
Probably not.
That's like near impossible.
Probably
for us,
not.
For us.
But if you can just put it on the green, I mean, you might eventually. 150 is really not like you could. For me, I'm probably hitting. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I'm.
Yeah, 150 is nothing.
For me.
No, I'm better than you.
I'm kidding.
Much better than you.
I'm kidding.
All right, next question, guys.
Okay, let's go
move on
with,
before I get pissed. Move on.
This one comes in from Sebastian. He says, "How do you think the Falcons will do in 2023?" Yeah, he had a football question for us, which was nice. And Sebastian
No,
listens
we don't do
quite
football
often.
here. We don't do football here.
Yeah. Falcons. So they brought in Taylor Heineke.
Bad.
They have Desmond Ritter still. They brought in Matt Collins from Vegas. Those are a couple offseason moves right there. But unfortunately, Sebastian, I'm not really loving where they're at right now. I believe the Saints.
Big mistake.
I think the Saints are going to win the division. No, I'm not. I'm just saying, like, for next season.
I'm loving where the Falcons are at right now.
And the South is crap.
The South stinks. I think the Saints are the best team. But after
the Falcons
that, it
are
might
in
be
an
Atlanta.
incredible position. Incredible position to get Caleb Williams.
I was say,
Or Drake May.
Good position, go 5-11.
Okay, yeah. To just suck this year. I don't think they're going to. They could come in second in the NFC South. That's a horrible division.
They'll go 6-11.
But also, the Saints are very capable of blowing up. Like, anyone can win that division. Just because Derek Carr's in New Orleans doesn't mean the Saints.
I don't see how the Bucs win that division. You know how much dead money they have this year, Paul?
New Orleans is the best team in that division.
Well, how much do they have?
$75 million.
Yeah, Tampa Bay's in a lot of trouble. Carolina will have probably Stroud. At this point, I think Stroud's going to go number one.
Oh, he's the best QB in the draft.
But they'll have a rookie quarterback. Atlanta could potentially win it. I don't think they will. I would say that this is going to be a tough football season if you're a Falcons fan. But they certainly have some pieces in place that are worth being excited for.
7-10.
Mistake was Kyle Pitts, number 4th overall.
Oh, you don't like Pitts at all?
Hasn't stayed healthy yet. Doesn't make.
If he comes back healthy.
He had the best rookie season for a tight end of all time.
Yeah,
what do you mean he hasn't stayed healthy?
I loved
yet?
the pick coming out of. Pitch was great at coming out of school.
It was a horrendous pick, but not because he got hurt a few games last season.
What? Because it's a tight end at 4.
Yeah.
I
took him over
Jamar
freaking Chase.
Oh yeah. The people he took him over, but I think he'll still be good. And Drake London there, so we'll see. I would guess 7-10 might be a little generous. I might go 5 or 6 wins for them this year.
The Falcons always find themselves in 1-score games, no matter how good or bad the team is. They're always in 1-score games, and they're always getting huge leads. Who knows of this team?
Would it stun you if they won the division?
No.
Yeah, me neither. Although I do think top to bottom, New Orleans has by far the best roster. But we'll see what happens.
The only thing in that division that could stun me is Baker Mayfield leading the Buccaneers to the division title. That's the only thing that could surprise me.
So there you go. There are the listener questions, and now we'll head into our draft. And this has been a draft that we've been looking forward to now for quite a while. And it's unfortunate that Andrew can't be here, but
Andrew would have killed this draft too. So it stinks.
Maybe Andrew's not.
No,
very
Andrew's
good
good with colors. He's good with colors.
Oh, he's good with colors.
Yeah,
he doesn't know what fruit is.
No, or cereal.
Literally didn't know fruit, which is mind blowing. I think one of the quotes was, "I don't know what fruits to take because I don't really know fruits," and we all looked at him like, "What are you talking about?"
He doesn't eat fruit. He drinks beer and eats crap.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, so the Pink Things draft. Ziggy will have the first pick. And I guess I'll be going second, and Jack will be going third.
You had the first pick yet?
I have not been either, Ziggy.
I thought Ziggy. Did we not have Ziggy?
Does he have first pick cereal, right? No.
I thought he had fruit.
No, I didn't.
No,
He
you
didn't.
had first for fruit because you.
Yeah, no, I functionally had first pick for fruit because someone
Ziggy had
didn't
the
pick
first pick
apple.
for
No, I mean,
Oh, that's right.
I had the right pick with the number 1.
You would think. So we'll only be doing 3 picks again here. It's a big build a big 3, and then at the end, as per usual, Zach will vote on who has the best 3 pink objects or what beings, whatever it may be. So go ahead.
Do they have to be real pink objects?
Oh, of course. No, of course. Or characters, whatever. It could be anything.
Yeah, I mean, and number 1, I think number 1 pink thing is maybe the easiest pick in the book. Give me Patrick Starr.
Oh, it's a good pick. That's a very good pick. That's what Andrew's going to take.
It's tough to beat Patrick Starr, number 1 overall.
Okay.
But let's see what y'all got.
I was not anticipating you taking Patrick Starr.
So that was your pick too?
Well, that's I was planning on taking him at 2. I'm gonna go. Oof. Okay. If Ziggy takes Patrick's, a lot of people are gonna like that.
Oh yeah.
He
might have just won the draft.
A lot of people are gonna like that. All right. I am going to take with my first pink pick.
This is gonna be an atrocious pick.
No. This is probably the best pink. Patrick Starr would have been the pick. Let me just look at a couple pink things here.
He's done. He's already going to the list. Flustered. He's done.
I am flustered. I thought Patrick Starr was falling in my lap. I'm gonna take the pig. The pig.
Not a particular pig, just the species.
I'm going to take just the species of pig. If there was a pig in mind, I was thinking possibly porky pig.
So dirty, disgusting things that roll around in the mud all day. That's your number 2 pick.
Oh, but bacon. I mean, there's a lot of good things that come from pigs.
The swine flu.
That's atrocious. And that's an atrocious pick.
Yeah.
I think pig. I think pig.
You
is
couldn't even
close.
go like Peppa Pig. You just went pig.
No, I'm taking the pig.
The thing that like,
The pig.
I just won the draft.
Go ahead. What are you taking?
I love being able to taste and talk the tongue.
Okay. Okay. The tongue.
I mean, no tongue, you can't speak, you can't taste.
All
Give
right,
me the tongue.
you got back-to-back picks.
So there are other colors of tongue.
My tongue's pink, Ziggy. I don't know about you. My tongue is pink. Zach's tongue is pink.
I've seen red. I've seen purple. I've seen blue.
No, I'm willing to call the tongue pink, but I think I view it more red. The tongue's pink.
No, tongue's pink.
I mean, if
Let me see your tongue. Stick your tongue out.
well, everybody stick their tongue out.
Yeah, it's pink. 100%.
So you
Well-
stick your tongue out.
if I'm drawing a tongue,
Yeah,
though,
that's pink.
if I'm drawing a tongue, I will make it pink. So yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm fine with the pick. Okay, so we got first round: Patrick Starr, the pig, and the tongue.
That's incredible. That's an incredible start. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, what do I do now? What's something I love that's pink?
There was something you said that I thought you were gonna take with your first.
This
pick.
might be an atrocious. People might hate this, but they might love it. I'm gonna go with the pink starburst.
The pink Starbucks is my favorite flavor.
Me too.
I think that's okay. It's
my favorite.
probably an overdraft there.
It could be. Could be.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody's thinking Starburst.
yeah, good flavor. Definitely my favorite Starbucks.
That's a pick that win me the league. People like it, wins me the league.
If people like it,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Pink Panther. He's the Pink Panther. He's got the theme song and everything, movies, everything. I think this brings me back in the draft.
Big Panther's the gem, really.
No, the Pink Panther, the cartoon character.
Yeah, he doesn't really exist. The gem is called the Pink Panther.
I mean, you just won the animals.
Yeah.
I think that was a huge get back.
All right, I'm gonna be real with you guys. My speaker setup just came crashing down, so I have to fix my audio here because I haven't been able to hear anything for the past couple minutes.
Okay, so Ziggy is reconfiguring everything. We're gonna have to catch him up on the draft. Well, while he does that, we can recap. Patrick Starr. Wait, can you hear Ziggy?
Oh, that's why.
Ziggy got us. He's just last couple minutes too. He couldn't hear. That's a long time.
All right,
guess
now we're
it-
good.
Is it-
Now we're good.
We're good. He got us.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, now we're good.
Okay, here's what we have. We have Patrick Starr, pig, tongue, pink starburst, and then I took the Pink Panther, the cartoon character.
Wow, this leaves an easy pink thing open, right? Just fell into my lap. Flamingo.
That's another great pick.
Yeah, it's a good pick.
That
All
was
right,
was
so-
also in my top.
It was in my radar. It was on my radar.
So we've got Pink Panther, or we've got
They don't do much. Like, what does
Yeah.
a flamingo do? It just kind of stands around in the lake.
It
oh,
is a
but you got
poster
those
boy for
plastic
pink.
flamingos. You got the flamingo
Actually,
animal that
I had a
runs
floaty
around.
flamingo. Yeah, it's a good pick.
A
Yeah.
flamingo is a poster boy for pink objects.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably more than the tongue.
I mean, you can't taste and you can't talk like your tongue.
That's true. It's very important.
All right, so then we need one more thing.
Yes.
Do you guys like being warm?
Yeah. I
No.
do. When I'm cold, yeah.
No, during football
Yeah.
season, there's 5 months out of the year I like being cold.
So, but do you like having a warm house? You know, a nice place you can go into and not freeze to death.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna need some insulation. So give me that pink fiberglass
Holy
insulation
crap, he
that
just-
people put inside their
He just blew
apartments
the
and their
draft.
homes.
That has to be the worst pick in the history of it. What do I even write that down as?
Just pink fiberglass insulation.
Pink fiber. Okay.
Look, if you don't have pink fiberglass insulation, you know, it's got the little pink panther on it.
Ziggy
You
was
roll
like-
it out inside your home.
Ziggy,
it's
you
gonna be
had the
warm.
draft in
Ziggy
your
was,
hand.
Ziggy
was
was
like
killing
up
the
here
draft.
on
Yeah,
the
Ziggy was
draft.
killing the draft.
And it just
What the hell was
assumed-
that? Okay.
Look, I'm sorry
Wow.
that I like being warm,
Patrick
guys.
Starr and Flamingo, 2 awesome picks.
And he follows that up with the pink fiberglass installation. What a fall from
Insulation.
grace. Oh yeah, insulation. Sorry. Yeah, insulation. Okay.
Okay,
Well,
Pete.
there are a few picks that I like here, but I'm between two. I'm gonna go with bubblegum. I think bubblegum is a solid pick of pink things. Summer days, baseball games. Well, I don't know if I'd actually say summer days for bubblegum, but blow bubbles when you're with bubble gum as a kid.
Bubble gum's different colors, Paul.
Yeah, but bubble gum. If you think of like bubble gum, you're thinking pink.
Yeah, there are so many gum flavors. Like I mean, it's a good pick.
But you're thinking pink. If you don't like it, go Big League Chew.
Sure. Well, yeah. Well, if you think bubble gum,
I think bubble gum. I think
yeah,
pink.
You think pink.
Yeah. But like that baseball gum.
Couple
in
big
the
players
baseball
on
cards.
the board still, though. Actually, a lot of big players on the board.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with an American classic. Sit at a baseball game and enjoy summer day. Pink cotton candy.
That's what I was between bubble gum and cotton candy.
I'm surprised nobody picked the Pinky Ball.
Pinky ball.
I was thinking about it.
So Pinky ball was there. I also had strawberry ice cream, pink frosted donut.
Oh,
I thought pink frosted donut was there.
Yeah,
I would have gone Cherry Blossom.
Cherry blossom was on my list.
Are
here.
strawberries pink? Or are they red?
They're red.
They're red.
yeah,
That's
they're red.
Strawberry
that's
ice cream that was pink. Eraser.
Yeah,
An eraser.
Oh,
That's pink.
that could be. That's good. That's a good one.
Yeah, but all right. So Zach, you kind of have a tougher decision than I anticipated.
Well, it was very easy, and then Ziggy.
Well,
just
then
just
Ziggy
hit
had
me with
the worst pick ever.
insulation.
So you have
Zach, how was your sushi? Did it taste good?
It did.
Damn right, it probably did.
Hey Zach, did you enjoy not freezing to death this winter? Yeah, I bet you did. Dumbass.
hey, tomorrow morning you might wake up to a nice smell of bacon.
And the swine flu.
And the
Yes.
swine-
Hey, tomorrow morning you might wake up.
All right.
You might wake up.
Here's what we have here. We have Ziggy, Patrick Starr, the Flamingo, and pink fiberglass insulation. Paul, the pig, Pink Panther, and bubblegum. Jack, your tongue, pink starburst, and cotton candy. You really went all taste.
It's a no-brainer to me. It's a no-brainer to me.
Even though Ziggy went with the insulation at the very last pick, I think I got to give it to him. Just Patrick Starr and Flamingo are just
Patrick Starr and Flamingo, yeah.
too
I
elite.
knew you liked pink more.
he had a dead fish with his third pick, and he's still winning.
Yeah, legit dead fish.
Yeah, that's
Pink Panther, Paul.
So Ziggy beat us 2-3.
the Pink Panthers are great. I think people are going to be very upset with
It's a
your.
gem. It's not an actual.
No, it's the Pink Panther, the cartoon. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Pink Panther.
Wait, Zach doesn't know what you're talking
What a
about.
shitty judge.
Pink Panther is pink. It's a pink panther.
No, in the
I know what it
movies,
is. I
it's
know
the
what it is.
gem. Yeah, and like it's also a gem, but it's I took the cartoon character.
Yeah, but the cartoon character's fake.
We said pink thing. We said fake. Patrick Starr is fake.
You know what's not fake? Your tongue. Cotton candy.
Okay.
There's no way he thought no.
Pepto Bismol.
Oh, you got
I knew what
robbed.
he was talking
Worm,
about, but
jellyfish, pink lemonade.
But I understand. Like he's trying to find a reason to.
He said the Pink Panther's fake, but yet his biggest criteria was Patrick Starr for the winner.
he's real.
Patrick Starr's real. He's real.
Okay.
How many
All
Pink
right.
Panthers have you seen walking around?
I think you guys are
I've seen a bunch
underrating
of Patrick
pig.
Stars running around.
Within the pig, there is Porky Pig, Peppa Pig, Wilbur Pig.
Ooh.
The swine flu that
Porky
caused-
pig.
Porky
caused,
Pig's
like,
great, but he's a pig. Yeah.
Yes.
All
About
right.
the
There you
millions
go.
of deaths
All right,
that-
we will.
Ziggy wins yet again.
Ziggy wins
I'm,
yet
what,
again.
2 for 3 now?
Yeah, I think Zach might just. He's really horrible judge.
What do you mean?
Pink fiberglass insulation.
Yeah, but he had Patrick
He
Starr and
likes
Flamingo.
being warm.
So it's
had
like
a
Zach.
pig-
So Zach's saying, I guess he had like LeBron, Steph, and like me, which could still probably win.
He's like he's like
Paul,
he's like
who would
a
you pick? Who would you pick?
of these.
Who won? Who won the draft?
Obviously, I would take myself.
You're in.
Do you think I beat out Paul?
You beat out Paul.
All right.
So you take. Oh yeah. Okay, so second place would be tongue, pink, starburst, and cotton candy. The tongue.
Yeah.
The tongue is a crucial pink thing.
Oh, you picked the pig.
The pig,
Yeah.
an iconic pink figure.
Who-
Bacon
almost-
tastes great, does it not? You couldn't taste it if you didn't have your tongue.
Yeah, you went too deep for taste, Paul, because going for a taste just plays in the Jack's
No,
hand.
but the pig itself brings a lot of value. Beloved farm
Yeah, the
animal.
swine flu.
Great
That almost
characters are
killed
created
it,
by
half
it
of us.
can't be that beloved if you eat it.
No, jeez. All right, there you go. That's
The
our
only thing
draft.
that comes good out of a pig is bacon.
Pig is an iconic
Yeah,
animal.
and bacon tastes good.
Yeah.
You can take it with taste for your tongue. So you cannot pick Paul over me in this draft.
No.
That's impossible.
Because what was the second pick?
The
What was
Pink
second-
Panthers. Look, pink.
That's
people,
a good pick.
People are gonna love the Pink. I think the Pink Panther might even be better than any pick me or you had. That might be the best pick between
Yeah.
the six.
The
six
Pink
we had.
Panther people will like.
And then what was your last one?
Bubblegum.
You played right into Jack's hands,
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, there you go. That's this episode of the Paul Farrington Show. We'll be back later this week with Andrew. We'll have a couple more drafts. We'll have some more football talk. And, we didn't talk about Zach's Hinge account, but we can save that for later.
We can save it. Yeah, we'll save it.
We'll save that for later.
Keep the viewers
It's like a cliffhanger right at the end of the episode.
Perfect.
All right, and come back for more on Zach's Hinge account. See you next time.